Victoria Falls is a waterfall on the southern side of Loch Broom in Wester Ross in the northwest of Scotland. The falls are within Slatterdale Forest, owned by the Forestry Commission. The falls are named after Queen Victoria, who visited here in 1877. That's coming down from quite a height. And for the first time, I'm experiencing Scottish midges. I didn't think they'd be here this early in the morning, but I've got a midge hat. They're about. I'm now on my way to Rhue lighthouse, which I can see in the distance. Told it's about a 10-minute easy walk. There's not a lot of information available that I could find on the World Wide Web about a Rhue lighthouse. But hey, look at that, there's a big boat coming in. Actually, that's a ferry, which I reckon, in the distance, is coming into Ullapool, probably from Stoneway. There's a big ferry terminal at Ullapool, so that's probably what it is. So we're going to head off and get round to this lighthouse and just take a look at it, see how close it is to the sea's edge. And the weather, well, it's been pretty mixed along this bit. It's been rain and sun. At the moment it's slightly overcast. The sun is trying to break through. As long as that rain holds off, I'll be happy. Actually, before we get to the lighthouse, I'm sort of halfway there now. Just thought I'd stop and have a look. This ferry coming across. Caledonian McBrain. And he's on Loch Broom. That's broom, as in the broom you used to sweep the floor with. Loch Broom. And he must be on his way to Ullapool, because that's where that way in the loch leads. In the meantime, I'm getting closer to the lighthouse, and then I'll pick it up from there. Well, I've arrived at the lighthouse. I can hear some birds in the distance chirping. I won't go too close to those rocks because it might be they've got a nest. Meantime, over that way is the ferry. So the ferry's arriving. I've arrived, and the Lord is coming. And one day the Lord will arrive. The question is, will we be ready for him? It is very cold and bitter. That's why I've got these gloves on. It is really cold today and quite windy. Let's just have a bit of a look at this lighthouse. It's not a very large lighthouse, but then I suppose as long as it does the trick of what it's designed for. Try and come around here. It's quite wet in places. There must be nests out there. There's lots of birds. I can't make out what they are. It's all right, I'm not coming near you. I'll stay back. Whenever I see a scene like this, with vast amounts of sea, I always think of that hymn, I the Lord of the sea and sky. A wonderful hymn. I expect this can get very rough here when you get some really strong winds or gales. So presumably, just trying to work out how you'd get into this lighthouse. There's a door there with steps, and then there's this sort of outside rigging. Lighthouses are now automatic. I did notice around the front though, just around this side, if we look up here, but there are some solar panels. So they obviously harness the sun's rays to generate electricity up there. Why do those solar panels store up the energy during the day and then use it for the light at night? Well, there we are, that's Rhue Lighthouse. Let's go back over here and have a little bit of a look at it. Oh, it's nice to be in the shelter here. That is cold. Right in the distance, that ferry has now turned sideways on, so it's clearly now coming into Ullapool for docking. I thought after seeing that ferry at the passing through at the lighthouse, I'd just come down to the ferry terminal at Ullapool and just have a look round. That's a big vessel in the distance there. I think that ferry that I saw earlier is in the far distance and is going off again. But just looking around here, this is quite a vast complex. And we've got the ferry terminal there. I might just pop in and get some brochures. And then I might pop across the road. It's now sort of mid-morning, and see if I can find myself a coffee. There's one there called the Captain's Cabin. That looks promising. So I think we might go and have a look at that, but we'll certainly go and have a look inside the actual ferry terminal. I think the rain is just about holding off. It's still pretty cold. Not so cold as down by that lighthouse, but still cold. Opening hours. That should be open.
I had to go home at 11:30, and that's when you just got to carry up the back of the transporter.
That guy was getting paid that week.
Got any brochures? No.
So it's all online, sir.
Online these days. No written stuff. Thank you for your help.
No
Thank you. There you go, all online. Everything's moving more and more to online now. Such is the way of the world. A reading from Dietrich Bonhoeffer. It's about the power and the glory of the manger. For the great and powerful of this world there are only two places in which their courage fails them, of which they are afraid deep down in their souls, from which they shy away. These are the manger and the cross of Jesus Christ. No powerful person dares to approach the manger, and this even includes King Herod. For this is where thrones shake, the mighty fall, the prominent perish, because God is with the lowly. Here the rich come to nothing, because God is with the poor and hungry. But the rich and satisfied he sends away empty. Before Mary, the maid, before the manger of Christ, before God in lowliness, the powerful come to naught. They have no right, no hope. They are judged.